additional class.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
So recording already started, Harun. So everyone, you feel good? Vamsi, do you agree with me? Any comments on that? So let's collaborate. We all for each other. You need to feel the support system. These sessions are not just teaching something. This is a support system. That's why our trainings works very good. I've been training people for a long time because we not only teach subject, we also provide encouraging support system so that we all travel together. That's why Harun is with me last 10 years. He is traveling with me, even to the new direction. So we all, Vamsi, we agreed we are going to handshake and team up in Austin. So a lot of things we can work together, guys. A lot of opportunities if we work as
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Agree, Vamsi? Agree?
Yeah, totally with you, Srini.
Uh,
Definitely. Thanks for this inspiring words early in the morning. I think a lot of people need it, because I mean, like you said, the world is changing and you have to put an extra effort because see, there's so much competition out there.
hmm,
Everybody does the same thing, right? And
correct,
especially with this, when this brand new technology has come up,
correct.
one has to put like 300% to get a handle on that because
Hmm,
so let's take a case of Bank of America, for
hmm,
example.
hmm,
Some people or the other, they'll be already be doing some sort of Gen AI
hmm,
that is sponsored by Bank of America. They're already in the corporate world, right?
hmm, hmm, hmm,
So if you being an outsider, you
hmm,
being trying to crack that field, you have to
hmm,
put a lot more effort and you really don't know what tools and technologies and platforms should you actually use as a
hmm,
baseline
hmm,
to build your next idea,
hmm,
right?
correct.
But so that's why one has to put really hard work. But Srini, I think I don't know where you have your other syllabus and curriculum regarding Gen AI, but I'll be really interested, like somebody who's outside the corporate world, like somebody like us, right?
Hmm,
We're trying to crack the field.
hmm,
How you put together a a base platform, say that, okay, guys, here's the tools and technologies that you can download, install, and write a simple Hello World Gen AI program. Do you have that already, or
it's
but
it,
that's
it, it it's
but anyway,
coming.
that's not related to Databricks, what we are talking about,
Uh,
but for the Gen AI part.
it's coming. It's coming when what is that? Uh, in the January.
Right,
So,
okay.
so we've done a lot of research, etc.
Nice,
Just
nice.
want to encourage you. It is
Right.
not. Give me 1 second. If you just to encourage you, you see here. Uh, who is this? Uh, Vamsi. Everyone, please say. See, when was this? This is 2018. Okay.
Mm.
Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah.
This is February 24, 2018. When was this? Long back?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
more than 2 years ago.
so see this, my first
Four
session on
years, yeah.
enterprise AI session, okay?
Uh-huh.
I, I, I think you'll recognize my voice, right? So as I mentioned in the last orientation session, this is the one which you will be learning. As the companies, okay, 6 years back, I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Yes,
started first enterprise AI, this one. We are testing the water. See here, we're talking about IoT, big data, large scale machine learning, deep learning. There is no Gen AI at the time, but NLP was there. NLP. So LLMs are built on the NLP. So we are talking about different aspect. You see here. Internet is slow.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, Shiri.
The last class I mentioned, machine learning broadly touches these 4 areas of the problems. You go to industry, lot of problems. I think if there are 4 columns in your data, it's a 4-dimensional. Okay. Just imagine. See, so what it does, algorithms. You'll get a
Right, right.
group of
Clustering.
data.
Interestingly, see, this is Databricks.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody
See,
knows what is Databricks at that time. So we were
correct.
already doing. Harun was assisting me. So see how much his time is spent. Now he is into getting into Gen AI. So it's all. It means there is a lot of work is done, guys. At that time, even we don't use Python. We use Scala. This is Scala, right, Harun?
Yeah, we did a lot of work
Yeah,
on Scala. We thought Scala will be the leading, but somehow Python got ahead.
correct. See, Scala, Spark, general. This is Spark only, right?
Yes.
Can you believe this, guys? Huh?
Yeah. It's
Can you believe this? Is it not inspiring? Even it is inspiring for me, even though I'm not uh, praising myself. But it means we've been constantly exploring, learning ourselves. See here, how many? Eh, Not one session, two sessions, first session, third session, fourth session, Spark SQL, seventh session, product recommendations. Even Harun was also assisting here. Ninth session, then even decision trees. Then even, what is that? I would say it's not moving. So more sessions are there.
No, we get it, Srini.
Uh,
So basically, yeah, it's you guys started it real early on. That's awesome.
too early when people don't know. See here,
Yeah,
decision trees. See here, April 14th to the decision trees, right?
correct.
Literally, uh,
I guess what we
To
have to
take
do
decisions.
is
uh,
to re-record these things, but this time using Python. Maybe I can volunteer to do that one.
yeah, why not? Why not?
Any
Let's
file that you
collaborate.
Right. What I can
Harun
do,
and we are
Srini,
going to
is
start.
I can take these videos and
Uh,
re-record them, but with Python as a language. I can do
no,
that.
no, let's do because we're recreating the sessions. So Harun will be leading the sessions.
Nice.
I'll
Okay.
be supporting and you involve. No, we will.
Okay, cool.
Because
Nice.
if you do offline re-record, that becomes a little bit. When you have a class, it will be easier. You know.
Hmm.
Okay. So just to encourage guys, not to make you overwhelmed. Again, this is the same in Databricks. So you're not losing your ground, and you're teaching this one AI. Guys, Varsha, involve everywhere. Lahari, you also involve in teaching. Naina, you also start speaking. America is all about now in the mission age. You need to speak. Razu, you cannot go in the back end. Manideep, you get me? You're from masters, not just knowledge. You need to speak. In interviews, you need to speak. In the groups, you need to speak. All this is very important. So Harun has been teaching with me last 10 plus years. So you all can do it. We can collaborate. Vamsi, we'll start more batches. AI is everyone needs. Even though we do data engineering, we'll do a lot of sessions. We can do together. Okay, I'll start. How does it sound? Everyone, thumbs up if you like this. If you like this, we all need a support system. Even I need support system. I motivate myself. See how fresh I am. Even though I was sick 2 weeks, for a few weeks back. We are all human beings. We fall sick. We also down. But we need to motivate ourselves. So you inspire me, I inspire you. This is what the collective system. Feeling that you have the support system is a great encouragement. Vamsi, now do you feel oh man, these guys have a lot of AI stuff. Don't you feel got encouraged, Vamsi?
Yeah. I mean, see, you have to do it, in my opinion. There's no other choice.
Exactly.
Every company is going that way. There's really,
Yeah, I think Srini's.
see, because I'm in the job market, I'm like trying to see what's
Yeah,
happening, right? There are no rates, even for cloud also, they're just giving what, yeah, they're saying, oh, we need certified Amazon, web cloud architect, and all they're giving is like $80, $90. That's it.
exactly. That's why
And
get to Databricks, Gen AI, next
it has
AI.
plateaued and all that, I guess. See, what it is, it's a very tough world out there, guys. You have to remember that next batch again, there'll be some more people. Similar like us, there'll be so many other people doing. But I
But it's
guess,
okay. It's okay. Don't worry. You just need
yeah,
one
yeah,
job. You
Yeah,
just need
yeah.
one job. There is always opportunity. You need to believe in
Right.
something
But
above
I
also.
guess what you're trying to instill is the spirit of learning, which is
Correct.
very important. Doesn't matter what age. I think you still have to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, guys.
Good.
Uh,
Thank you.
awesome. Arun, any
Yes, sir.
comments to take it forward?
Yes, sir. No, we are good. We are in the right direction. Yes, as Vamshi said, Vamshi is all excited about the next chapter, the Gen
Our
AI.
collaboration, right?
Collaboration.
2025 is coming, guys. We're very excited. We're going to do great things. But you need to involve, you need to participate, you need to deliver, guys. Come on. Don't get discouraged. If only in the tough times, a team will flourish. That is the beauty. We don't care about whatever the tough. We find opportunities. We think ahead, find the opportunities. We land into good opportunities. So we all with you. We'll encourage you, put you into nice opportunities. But stay with us. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Thank you, Srini. Okay. Welcome back, guys. So basically, what we are trying to do is wrap up the sessions by next week. Basically, so we have discussed all the major topics and we have done hands-on as well. So we will be doing the DLT today as well, and then there are some few topics. Let me share my screen and then we'll
But
talk.
Arun, they'll be writing
Okay.
exams, tests, right?
Yes.
What is that? Certifications. Then they can come and present some topics, right, for the next batch also when they're
Yes.
interacting. So they're not losing touch with us, correct?
No. Yeah. So basically, even the next week and week after that, I will be allotting slots for all of
I'm
us.
seeing nice fridge.
Talk.
Are you buying that fridge, Arun?
No, I have to buy for the tenants.
Okay, 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 okay.
Uh,
I'm thinking you're sending as a gift to me. Yeah.
Sure. No, not this one. I'll send a better one. Okay. So basically what I was saying is like next week, um, and after that, so I will be allotting some slots to people who can take up topics of what we have done throughout our training and then talk about it. And also that will help us prepare for the certification. So I want all of you guys to get whoever is not yet certified during the holidays, and then move on to the practice. So next session, next batch, you will all be coming in as guest lectures, presenting use cases based on what we have learned. And there will be somebody from the previous batches also who will be coming in. So we would invite all the people from the previous batches who have done with us to present their use cases. There might be business use cases, technical use cases, whatever in the data engineering platform area, right? So based on this, so we will do DLT and we will do DLT and wrap this up. Then we have a chapter called scheduling and workflows. It's basically how you schedule your pipelines, your jobs. So it shouldn't take much time. Then we'll also talk about Hive Metastore and Unity Catalog in the specific to Databricks, how the Unity Catalog works, and how data governance is managed using Unity Catalog, what's difference between Hive Metastore and Unity Catalog and all of that. So these topics we will wrap up this week, next week. And while we are going through this, we will also have some time set aside for the certification preparation. Basically, we'll go through all of these. You guys can come up, share each one topic and talk about it in during the class. And then we have some documentation. We will also go through it. You can go through it and that'll help you to talk about some topics. Basically, somebody can pick up what is batch processing, somebody what is streaming, somebody on Delta Lake, somebody on Spark internal, somebody on joint strategies. So all of these topics that we have discussed, you can pick up one topic and talk in detail about it, maybe 15-20 minutes, 15 minutes. And then you can also present if you want to use case or a execute program that you have written to showcase that whatever you are talking about. This comes under the practice demos. And as I said, at the end of these, we have come up with the use cases, right? So this is all reference that you can use, and there are some use cases here which people can take it up as an assignment or a use case to explore and come up with the solutions for these use cases. That will help. So that's the plan, basically. Any comments, anything you think that we have missed in our classes, anything you want to make sure we want to have more clarity on, you want us to discuss again in any topic or anything that, or how we are taking the classes and how we are planning to involve you guys going forward.
I think this is good. At least, I use if again I've not been doing my homework. Sorry for that, but I definitely even that what use case someone wants to put together, even if they want to put it in plain English, that's a good start,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. You can always
Then the technical implementation, either they can do it or somebody else can also pick it up. But at least articulating it in plain English to maximum detail as possible, like what are the requirements they want to do for that use case, that'll be great. And I think anybody can come up with that. I think that'll be a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Okay. I think we are good with that. So we'll get started with the topic today. So DLT. Anybody remember what we have done last before the holidays, 2 weeks ago? DLT pipeline. So we talked about the DLT, right? And then we talked about saying what it is like. So it's a pipeline that is declarative in nature. So where you can build a pipeline, write the functions or write the transformations or the dependencies and the lineage as declarations. So using Python or SQL, and this is a continuous pipeline where you can schedule live tables. It will continuously monitor the delta transactions that are coming in and process that and keep all the tables updated. As and when the new data is coming in at the source, it runs all through the pipeline, all transformations and everything, and then until it goes to the final target that it can refresh until the target. So that's the pipeline, which is like delta live tables, which is a declarative way of building the pipelines. Okay. So based on that, so you have a graph that will be generated to look at your pipeline. Basically, you would have a notebook that you write your code about, of your pipeline. And then you can create a delta live table pipeline and then use that notebook as your source or multiple notebooks as part of that delta pipeline, delta live tables pipeline. So I have two examples here. One is a baby names. I think that's what we have run last week. And then there is one called New York Taxi. We all know the data set that we have in Kaggle. So this is one we will run through using, I will showcase using the Python way of declaration, walk through it. And the other, the same thing, how we can write using SQL. I mean, end of the day, whatever you write, it's going to execute the same as a delta pipeline, right? So when you do that, so before going there, go back here, delta live tables, example. This is the baby names one, which we have already refreshed. So this is how the graph looks like. So baby names, prep, top baby names. These are the three tables. And you can see what is the source code here. This is the notebook that we have created to associate with this. And once you go to definition, you can see in the settings, you can see what this pipeline we have assigned. So when you create a new Delta Live pipeline, so you give the pipeline name, product edition. So there's a pipeline mode, triggered or continuous. Basically, last time we discussed it. Triggered will kickstart, and then whatever data that is available, it will take from source, or it will run from the pipeline and then run through everything and then stop. Continuous will continuously be monitoring for the incoming source transactions, Delta transactions, and whenever there is a data at the source table, dependent table, it will pull and refresh all the downstream systems, just like running the entire pipeline, keeping all the tables up to date. So this is how you can actually schedule. Basically, again, it becomes something like your cron job. But again, the continuous you can mention mostly like, when you want to refresh, maybe in 10 seconds, every 10 seconds, you go and refresh the new data that has come in, which is continuously polling, right? So 10 seconds or 30 seconds or every minute you want to run the pipeline to keep the tables updated, refreshed. So path is your source code, where you can add the source code here to the path for creating the Delta pipeline, where is your source code notebook. Storage options is basically where you want to store all the data of the pipeline, the target, where the tables are created, where it is update, where the data is going in, where you have to create the tables, all that. So we created a schema in the UC workspace. Basically, this is a catalog, and this is the schema. So you can always create a schema and then create new tables and then get that done. Cluster policy, cluster mode, you can use this. Enabled auto scaling, min workers, max workers, photon acceleration. So all of this you can give compute or you can also use serverless compute as well for this. Okay. Here we don't have that. Legacy auto scaling, you can do fixed auto scaling. So different options you want to use that cluster for. These are advanced configuration, worker type, what worker type you want, and the driver type. So we'll just leave standard smaller one. We don't need bigger machines for now. So this is how it looks like. And you can also see the JSON representation. So normally, when you do any infrastructure or any setup or for migration, JSON is the standard format for configuration files. So entire pipeline can be represented in the form of a JSON configuration file. So it will tell you what is the ID of the pipeline, what is the workspace, what clusters are you using, what is the channel, libraries, what is the path for your notebook, name, edition, catalog, target, everything in all information. It is can be looked at as a JSON file. And during migration, this is what is used when you want to migrate from one environment to other. This is internal. This is what is used when you migrate the pipelines. Okay. Now, going back here. So this is the, we looked at these tables, right? These is the start source table where data is coming in, and then we are doing some transformations and writing to the silver layer here, and then we are aggregating top baby names and writing to the gold layer. Okay, so this is the pipeline. Now you can select all of this, select individual tables to refresh, select all of this, and then do, you can also do the refresh. So we have the different modes here for the pipeline, so in development or in production. Okay. So different modes, you will have different settings that you can do for development and production. So you can do a triggered in development and you can do continuous in production. So that kind of setup you can do. In the schedule also, you can do, if it has triggered, you can do a scheduling of when you want to trigger it, just like batch basically. Okay. This is again cron options where you can do your scheduling for the DLT. Okay, now we go to the source code. Before that, is there anything else here? Query history, warning, errors, event logs. Okay. Now you can click on these, and each view, it will give you some statistics here about this table in the pipeline. So what is the type and source code, where it is, where this, which notebooks it is assigned to or coming from, right? Which notebook is this table referenced in, where the data is coming in, and what is the table name and path, status, comment. And then you have data quality here. How many records are written? 100%, 93,564. So that's what here it says, roughly 94K written records. How many are dropped? You can get that data quality statistics here. You can see schema of the table. What is the schema here? And then this is just the flow ID, so don't worry about this. So if you go to this table here, you can see more details. So this is the type, source code, all of this is same. But in data quality, you can see again 100% is written, nothing is dropped. But here you can see expectations. Okay. So what is the valid count, valid first name? These are the two expectations. Basically, this is the error handling part we have written, or the validations that we have written, business rules, that what should happen if, each business condition we are checking in the data. So valid first name, action, allow, valid count, it will fail. So it fail in the sense, if this condition fails, it will fail the job or the pipeline. If this condition fails, it will just drop that record and then move on with the next record. So it will show you how many have failed this condition, how many have failed this condition, percentage, and then what are the failed records here. You can see failure only, whatever it is. The same thing with the aggregations. We have aggregated 100% written 10 records because we have taken only the top 10. And then that's where it is written here, 10 records here. So there is nothing dropped. Okay. Any questions here? So we'll go to the notebook. Okay, so this is basically the notebook for baby names. What we are doing here, we have volume we have created a UC volume, and then we are downloading this file here. Okay, so I think we talked about this last time. Let me see. Cat. Yeah. So if you go here, if you go to catalog, UC workspace catalog, right? You see the schemas, default demo schema information. If you go to demo schema, you will see tables and volumes. So volumes, again, as I said, like it's kind of storage, folder. You create a folder and put files there, right? In your local system or on the cloud. It's the same thing. It's a volume which can be attached to a schema. And then again, the same thing, like you can give permissions, and based on the roles, who can access this volume. And we can write from, or you can read from or write to from this volume, the files. So this is the file that we are reading, rows.csv. So this is what we are doing here. First thing, this is the volume path, and this is download URL. So we are taking rows.csv file and then writing as rows.csv. So this is what we are doing here. dbutils file system copy from this download URL path onto this catalog volume path with this file name. So rows.csv file. So that is what is written in the onto your volume. Okay. And now we have seen 3 tables. So those 3 tables are here, how we are doing the declarative way of creating the pipeline, Delta Live tables. So you would say @DLT.table. So whatever the function you write below that, okay, function name, it will become the your table name. Okay, basically. And then there is a data frame that is returned. It's just like df.write, and then you are writing that data frame, and then you give the path to the table, right? In the batch or streaming, wherever you're writing earlier, you get a data frame, and then you say df.write, and then you give the format as delta, and then you give the path where you want to write it using catalog.table name. The same thing will happen here. The table name will come from the function name. So whatever function name you put, it will become your table name. Because you have declared it, put a declaration, DLT table. And whatever data frame, your resulting data frame from this function you're returning, all the columns and data from that will be used to create this table in the path that you have mentioned as a target schema. Got it? Any questions here? What you are doing here is, see, again, you are only reading the CSV file from the volume, file name, header true, infer schema you're taking from CSV. You're just renaming the first space name as first_name and then returning the data frame. So this data frame is used to create this table. Next is the transformation. Are you able to hear me, guys? Just checking.
Yeah, Harun.
Okay, good. So the next is transformation that we do. Normally we read from the source table. Again, we say spark.read the table, or we just use the data frame and do the with column and select these kind of transformations and then write to the silver table. So what we are doing here, again, we are creating a table in the silver layer, baby names prepared. So return DLT.read from this table, baby names raw. So this is the table we are reading from, and then doing this transformations @DLT. So it will create as a live table, delta live table. And then we write business validations here @expect. So these are called expectations. So the first one, we said valid first name. Okay, this is the name of the expectation, or if you remember, anybody has done the old way of the SQL, when you are creating a table, you write constraints, table constraints. So table constraint is for every row you put into the table, it will validate that condition on that data, on that row of data. And if it does not satisfy the condition, it will throw an error or it will fail it. The same thing here happens. DLT.expect, it's a constraint on that table. Valid first name of that condition. So the actual condition is first name is not null. So first name should not be null. If the first name is null, okay, it will drop that record. Expect or fail. So valid count. So the count of that record should be greater than 0. Okay, if it is 0 or negative, it will fail. It will fail the job. Okay. What we are doing, reading that from that table, renaming year to year of birth, and only selecting 3 columns from the source table. Same thing we are doing here, summarizing counts of top baby names, aggregation. This is what we do normally, right? We do it in the gold layer. Summarizing the counts of top baby names, 2021. This is the table name, aggregation. And then we are reading this baby names prepared here from the silver table. Filter year of birth equal to 2021. We only want to take the records where year is 2021, and then group by the first name, and then do a sum of all column called count as a total count. And then we sort and take the top 10. So that's all transformations, aggregations we are doing here.
Can you scroll up a little bit up to the okay, stay there. Because here what I want to see is, see in the last cell you said that delta DLT read baby names prepared, right?
Mhm.
And on the top cell, the one above, you mentioned baby names prepared,
Mhm.
but that's the name of the definition. The object itself is not named like that anywhere.
It is. That's what I said, right? So whatever the name definition you give here is what it will create.
Or it creates an object.
Yes. Baby names prepared.
Oh, that's a view. It creates like a view. I
Yeah, it's a
see.
materialized view or table, right? It's almost same. Sometimes
Mhm.
it chooses materialized view or
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
because it
Okay,
keeps
go
refreshing
back,
that
go
object.
back to the previous one, please. Okay, so here you're creating DLT table, you're creating an object. First you gave a comment and then,
Yeah, so because you have declared it as a table at the rate DLT table, so whatever function that follows after the declaration, the name of the function is taken as the table name.
I see, I see. Okay, okay,
And
okay.
the schema and columns will come from what is being returned from that function. So it should always return a data frame. So
I
this
see.
is the data frame. So this data
So,
frame comes from you are reading the CSV and doing transformations. That's what I said. All of this is just like you are doing in the batch, right? Spark.read. You get a data frame, you do transformations, and then you write df.write. So that df.write is this thing. We take this data frame, dot write, path is you define at the here for this pipeline, you define the path. Basically, if you go to settings, right here, you will define the path, storage options, Unity catalog, and schema. So whatever object you get here, this object df.write this data frame to this path
okay,
catalog.schema with this table name. That's all being done by just declaring this at the rate DLT.table.
okay, okay. So the pipeline is invoking the write operation on that? Because I don't
Yes.
see. Okay,
No, this is
read.
all. So yeah. So when you do a create a table, it's all about write and refresh, right? So you're refreshing the tables. Every DLT table is write or update. It's basically insert, update, whatever is it to keep the table as per this result data frame. So whatever you're getting new data, it will automatically go and do the refresh of the table, whether it is insert or whether it is update, it will all take care of using the DLT.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay.
Right. So that's what it will create with these names here, if you see.
Mhm. Also, is there a way to include one notebook in another notebook?
Yes, you can
Okay.
just refer percent sh and then you can include call the other notebooks from there. You can just give the path, it will invoke the notebooks. Yes. See, most of the times it does because if you take any of notebooks like this, see here percent run dot includes classroom setup 02. So this
Okay.
will include that notebook. It will run that notebook here.
Okay, I see.
It's like configuration files or hash include that you run, right? Some configuration before you start. So,
Okay.
so like this, you can run the other notebooks from this place.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's run this and see It will take some time for this to bring up the required cluster for this. So before going here, I will go to the SQL and then drop this tables. Now let it come back. Just give me 1 second. Back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I think, yeah, this is done. Now we'll go back here. Why don't we just go? Create a new pipeline. So you just have to give, I'll just say baby names, October. We said triggered. Path, source code we have to give. There is the source code. We'll just use this one, DLT example new. This is the notebook. Go to Unity catalog. Select a catalog. You see workspace. Schema. So we can use same demo schema we have. Tables we have already dropped. Use the demo schema only, right? Oh, I lost that. Catalog. Let's go to catalog. Yeah, demo schema only. Cluster policy, max workers, I'll put only one. And just fine. Standard DS3v2, same as worker. Okay. All good. This is what we are trying to create. I'll just do create. Okay. So now it is using this notebook. And if we go here, refresh this, tables, we don't have any of the baby names tables here. Okay, you see that, right? We dropped these tables. We don't have these tables right now. Guys, are you all paying attention?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. So now, so it's in development. We did all of this. Now I will go and start the pipeline, refresh. So what it does, it should get the resources. This is where, it takes, first time it takes a lot of time, almost like 10 minutes, 6, 7 minutes, something like that. to procure the resources. That's what I think Money also was stuck having some issues there. Probably he said he was able to fix it.
Yeah, like in my location, like the machines are not available. Like it says quota exceeded.
Yes.
So I
Right.
changed the location to North Central US. Now it's good.
Yes, exactly. So maybe you can explain the team if they have similar kind of issues. You guys can reach out to Manideep. He is now expert in uh, resource procurement machines, right, Manideep? You can help the team, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, so basically you have to, so while we are waiting here for the resources, so you have to go to your Azure, and then there will be, if you go home overview, it's been a while that I've been here set up. Let's go home, and then resource group, all resources. Yeah. So here, it will tell you subscription. Maybe storage. Where is the deployments? Okay, so there is somewhere here where you can go and see based on your quota, how many machines you have. Do you remember, Manideep, where it
Uh,
shows here?
it's in subscription, usage, and quota.
Yeah, subscriptions. Oh, this is the same one, right? We are here.
In the search, you can check. You can do the filter like usage and quota.
Oh, usage and quotas. Yeah, it shows here. Basically, if you get any error here, it will tell you what is your quota, how many it needs. Then you can come here and add that quota adjustable here. So I have like 20 machines that is allowed usage. Out of it, 8 are procured already. So current usage, it's already using 8 out of the 20. So basically you can edit and increase this. So this DSV2 is what I am using there. So DSV2 family, you can increase the number of based on your quota. You want to put new limit, it will take new limit and make sure when it needs, it can go to that limit to get you the resources for this.
Yeah. So when I try to increase the limit, it says like it takes some time. So instead of increasing the limit, I change to new location where it is completely available.
Yeah. So yeah, basically there are some options here that you can do if you get any error when you are doing the DLT. I think that is Yeah, so it has started now. See, it is refreshing. It got the resources. It built this. It built this. Now this was refreshing. So this is done now. Okay. Same thing. Now you can go and see all the data. What we have looked at earlier will be here. And now you can go to catalog and see. If you refresh this, now you will get those tables here. See, baby names prepared. So see, Vamshi, it has created those tables. Okay. I think Vamshi has dropped off. Okay, that's fine. Uh, so this is how you run the DLT pipeline, and then you can actually select. Basically, you can do this and say, I want to only refresh this. There is no data or some data is there. This is not refreshed. I can just choose one of this and then do a refresh the selection. But whatever is dependent on that, it will run this entire thing. Okay. I think if we select the silver, right, and then refresh, the gold one, aggregates one, will not be refreshed. Only the whatever is dependent in the pipeline. So because this is dependent on this, it will refresh all of this. But if we sorry, this is excluded. See, this is not refreshed. So this is not pulled data from this. This is not pulled the executed. Only it has taken data from this table and refreshed the aggregate. Okay, it will not refresh this table if you have only selected this. So you can do a partial refresh also from this. Any questions? Guys, yes, no, comfortable?
No, Arun.
Okay, nice. So let's take the second example. Okay, so now this is done. So New York taxi. So we wanted to check this one. So we go here, notebook is basically same building DLT pipeline. Okay, but we are using SQL this time. So we have a source data raw layer. Then we have tables where we are building this with, there are two tables in the silver layer. We are using the SQL to do this, and this is a gold layer. So in the source, okay, so this is the file name, Kaggle New York taxi trip duration data, bronze table for ingestion. So 22,000 New York taxi rides are taken. DLT quality expectation to drop trips without a trip distance. So if the trip distance is 0, it will drop that row. So here we are using SQL, create or refresh streaming table, taxi raw records. Okay. Constraint. See, this is same as writing your expectation, right? So same expectation we are writing as constraint. Valid distance. Expect trip distance greater than 0, on violation drop row. So this is the constraint we have written. As select star from stream. This is the file name. One second. Samples, trips from this, right? Taxi trip duration. So take this file and then use it using as a streaming from the file and then create this. And with this constraint. The same thing, your create or refresh streaming table as select from. So this is all you are doing transformations here. Date truncate, week as week. So you pick up from this column, pick up zip as zip, fair amount as strip distance. This is like alias, column alias here. From stream, you say live dot taxi raw records. So this will tell you this is a delta live table. Taxi raw records that was created here. So whenever you're selecting from, it would say stream of live dot taxi raw records. So this will make your delta live table. Where conditions, again, you want to filter data from that table. So this will run the filter. Then you are creating a aggregation materialized view, weekly stats. Select all of this from, again, live dot taxi raw records from the same table. So group by week. So this is another aggregation you are writing. Then another materialized view, select from flagged rights. Okay, so what is flagged rights? So this is the flagged rights table you are getting, and you are joining. See, live flagged rights, live weekly stats, what you have written, this weekly statistics table. You're joining these two tables on the week, and then you are doing a fair amount and selecting top three. So top three fair amounts for this one, right? So we'll go back. Any questions on this? So it's basically syntax. You can use Python declarative DLT, or you can also use SQL as well here.
Arun, can you please tell me about how to pick the data file in this bronze layer? Yeah,
This one?
yeah. In a from stream sample.nyc, how it is picked?
So this is already, I think, written. Let me show. If you go to catalog. No, sorry, yeah. So when you have shared samples, here they already give you this table,
Okay.
NYC taxi.
Okay.
This is seed data, trips.
Okay.
Okay, so this is already provided. You can check your catalog. In that there will be shared samples. You have all of this data that by default Databricks gives you. So we are using this.
Oh, thank
Okay. Yeah. Come back here. Okay, so this is the materialized view. Then we are going to delta live tables, NYTX DLT. Basically, we have seen, right, how to create a new one. And then you have the settings here. You go and see NYTX DLT. This is the path, source code. This is where my notebook is. Unity catalog, demo schema, same workers, notifications, instance type DS3v2. Okay. Now I go here. Taxi DLT and then start. So when I run this again, it'll get, so I think already we have the resources. So it should be faster this time. Still taking long time for resources. Okay, looks like we got resources. It's now setting up tables. Okay. So now you can see the graph. It's running this, it ran this. Now it's running these two in parallel. These two things are based on this. So it's running on these two. This is completed. Now this is completed. Now this is running. So you can see this arrows, right? So how it is trying to read from these two tables. So you actually see the lineage. So once you look at the graph, instead of going to see the definition or notebook where you want to go and track how this data is being calculated here, what are tables it is using. So you get everything here, the lineage. So for this table is being built from these two tables. This is dependent on this. This is dependent on this. Okay. So as I said, you can choose any of the tables, and then you can refresh that particular table. Okay. So if I say flagged rights, I don't want to update, or source data, I don't want to update, I just want to update the weekly stats, or I want to update this one, and this one, I can select and do a partial refresh. But normally you don't do that. In cases where this data say is not it's not changing, or you're not want to recalculate any of this one, you can always choose to do a partial refresh of the pipelines. Only if you don't want top n, you want only weekly stats to be refreshed, you can refresh this if you're reading from this table. But this is how you can look at data quality, any of this flagged rights. There are no drops to see anyways, so we ain't seen. But you can always go back and check and refresh, right, expectations, and see the data, how it has dropped, or update the source tables, and then refresh it, and then run and see if it drops or fails the expectations. Okay, all good? Any other questions? So this is the basics. You can get started, take these sources, create DLT tables, run it, and see in the graph how it works. Any questions, guys? Raju, Lahari?
No, no.
Naina? Varsha?
No, Arun.
You're good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Okay, all right. So that is the DLT. right? So then we'll talk about, I'm sure, I think we have earlier touched upon the topic, about the scheduling. Okay, so workflows and job scheduling. Basically, workflow is how you are tying down your jobs. Okay, when you want to schedule your jobs. Okay, so Delta Live table is also a kind of a workflow that you are scheduling, is a triggered or continuous, where you can go and set up your own time when you want to trigger this. All of these baby names, what we have seen, these Delta tables. So that is type of a workflow. You can also set up any of your jobs here to run as a workflow. Okay, so here you can go create a job. Okay, so before that, let's go back here and say hello. See, where is this? Okay. Create example tab. So this is example job. Okay, this is the ingestion task. So you can add task here, you can attach. So task name type is notebook. So I want to attach a notebook as a task, and then sources workspace. So this is a sample job where you put your notebook here, and whatever job cluster you want to use, you put here. So you want to add task. So you can attach any of this. You can do a jar file, Python wheel, Python script, or notebook, whatever it is. You can also do a SQL file. If you have to run it as a SQL query, you can do that. So if you add a new task, so this is the pipeline. So this is how you are going to build your job, right? So same thing that you have seen, DLT will add, DLT has built your pipeline, right? The same thing. But here, each pipeline there, each of the individual block is representing a table or a materialized view as part of the pipeline. But here, each of the block, each of the job task is associated with one or more notebooks that you want to create. So here, this is the first job, and then you go back and add a task. So this you can give, uh, task 2, notebook. You can select workspace. You can select any of your notebooks here. Okay, just go here and do any of this. So this will be, this task is dependent on this one. This is run, this will come here. Depends on ingestion. So which means that this is how you define the dependencies. So this task 2 is dependent on ingestion. Now if you go, so if you go here, there is no dependency here. So this job will run directly, ingestion. But if you go to task 2, there is a dependency. So this task depends on ingestion. So only after ingestion is complete, this will run. Okay. And then you can say run if dependencies all succeed, which means you want to run this task 2 only if the dependencies are succeeded, all of them. If there are, say, 2 or 3 dependencies before task 2, and then you want to say, hey, table 1 is refreshed, table 2 is refreshed, table 3 is refreshed, only then I want to do the aggregation. Remember, in the Delta Live table we did, the final aggregation is reading data from 2 tables. And say one table has refreshed, the other one has not refreshed. or not run successfully, then what do you want to do? It's okay, you want to run the last task, or you want to only run if all have succeeded. So you have different conditions. If all succeeded, you run this task. If at least one succeeded, you run this task. Okay. None failed. None of the dependencies have failed, and at least one was executed. All dependencies have been completed. At least one failed. All failed. So whatever is the conditions, use that condition. Only then this will trigger or run this task 2. If ingestion fails, then task 2 will not run. Okay, that's how it is kind of the dependency that you built. If you have any of the libraries, basically when you are running this task, suppose for example, you are running a DLT notebook or if you are running a Kafka cluster. Remember last time we had some libraries that we installed to read from event hubs, not Kafka. So say we have event hubs. We wanted to copy data from the event hubs, read data from event hubs basically. So we had some libraries to be installed. So you can do that. If you want to have any libraries that are dependent, you can add here. Any parameters, you can give a JSON file. As I said, you can give parameter value, and that you can utilize or use it in your notebook from this task. You can access those variables. Okay, so that's how this task ingestion and task goes. Okay, so once this is done, you can give what are the compute cluster you want to use, job parameter, notifications, permissions, and then you can add schedules and triggers. The trigger is when you want to run this job. So when a file arrival or continuous. Task dependencies are not allowed for continuous job. Remove them to convert to a continuous job. Okay. Basically, yeah. So once you have this job, right, you can do run, or you can actually schedule this job with your workflows. So this job is done. Go to workflows, example job. Run, this is tasks. Close. Open this. Well, let me check that and get back. I think something has changed here. But normally, we have a job here. There should be some settings where you . This is the workflow. Okay. So we have the job, but okay, I will check and confirm that how we are going to do the. I think something is missing in this. Maybe this is not valid because I don't have the resources available for this. But yeah, basically you can schedule this job to run at particular times. I'm just trying to see where that is, but let me get back to you next week. We will come back and discuss on that, how to schedule the jobs. I will show you adding the dependencies and when it fails tomorrow. Sorry, not next week. So tomorrow we will go through the workflows again, run and see the jobs, and then move on to the next topics. About Hive Meta Store and Unity Catalog stuff. How does that sound? Okay, Varsha, Naina, Lahari, Raju, Vamshi, Manideep. So in general, how is your practice going? Are you able to do practice?
Yes, I'm actually practicing some the basic stuff. So I have already uploaded one notebook.
Okay,
Yeah, and I have to work on the fraud cases and everything. That assignment.
okay,
Yeah.
sure, great. Yeah, guys, go ahead and whatever you're practicing, upload. So definitely from tomorrow and next week, we are going to do a lot of discussions and collaboration. So you guys have to by tomorrow I will try to come up with the topics, and in the tomorrow's session we can choose who wants to talk about what in the next week. So next week it'll all be like refresher session, discussion, collaboration, certification things that we want to talk about. A little bit of concepts. I will again talk about Unity Catalog, data governance, conceptually, but most of it will be collaborative tomorrow and next week. And then you will be ready for the certification. Okay.
Okay, Aaron.
Okay. All right, guys. If you guys have any questions, issues, reach out to me. We will have offline session and check that out. Okay. So Lahari, we connected last week. I called, maybe we were not able to have a common time, but let's try to set up another time this week.
Oh, yeah, Harun, sure.
Okay. All right.
Harun, can you please, suggest cluster settings in personal Databricks version? Not in a commit version.
Yeah, sure. Whatever is there in the video I just shown you, right? So you can just follow that.
Okay.
In cluster version. DSC 2 and 20 machines, and then follow that in the settings. Yeah, but we can have tomorrow we can discuss. We can all guys share, and then you have any issues we can try to set up, talk about things. So it's not like that we are wasting any time. It's all basically learning only. Whatever
Okay.
issues we are discussing, it's not just for you. Everybody else will benefit from that. So we will talk about. We will have some time to set aside. We'll talk about, discuss. If see we can work on those, because a lot of people have already been worked on that and they can help. I can help. If we are not able to solve anything, then we'll take it offline and have a different one-on-one sessions.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Okay. But get ready after January. Yes, the market will open, we'll have a lot of jobs, but you have to be ready by that time. You cannot go back, be reactive. Hey, now the jobs are opening up. Now I want to prepare. No, you have to be ready for the interviews by January. So use this holidays time to practice and prepare. And then maybe we will also do refresher sessions if required, some mock-up interviews, use case presentations. That's more important. Okay.
Sure, Anand, sure. Thank you.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good day. We are closing 15 minutes early today. That's okay. We'll try to talk about more use cases and participation going forward, collaboration. Okay.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
For
Anand.
sure, Haran. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. Take
Thank
care.
you, Arun.
Have
Thank
a
you.
good day. Let's meet tomorrow. Bye.